Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm just going to be playing today. I don't really have something prepared to explain to you, but you can watch me, and it's stuff that's already been done before. But I did want to go back to this journal. It's the accordion style journal, and I really love the way this one came out. And so I have been little by little putting pieces in it and the backing papers. This one I didn't put backing papers, and now I'm not real thrilled about it, but I might just add some other little elements there. And then when I get to one of those pages, I'll show you. So then this is going to be journaling on this one. It looks like I bent the corner. I'll have to put a corner on it or something. So this is the one I really kind of wanted to get done because this needs a journal card. However, I don't really have a journal card made. I have this one that fits, but I need to find something to decorate it. And I just really like this lady. I wished I had used this lady on the front. Where did I get that lady? Now I can't think of where I got it. But anyway, so I'm going to stick that right there so I'll know. So that's that page. This page, I'm going to just put this here in a journal card, I think. And this page, things are like just falling around me. It's scary. This page here, I thought I would make another one of these pockets. I've already got this made, so I might as well use it, because I think that will fit nicely into here. And then I need a tag for up here, which is not a problem. I need something in here. This could go in there too. I mean, yeah, that would look all right there too. Okay, and then let's see, what was I gonna share? Okay, I put some purple here. This opens up here, and then I need sheets for inside here. And it's because I had this, I don't know where I had it, but I thought it needed the purple here, and it was another page I wanted to add purple. So I'm going to tag there in this little pocket, and there was a card in there, but I took it out because I didn't like it. Some more covered sheets. I went through my, I've sorted my papers out by color, and I just went to purple, and I found these two prints, so they worked for that. These two prints came from a collage type, I think she calls it Botanical Woodlands, and they just kind of look nice in here. It has that little bit of purple, and these are great journal pages, for writing. These pages were also in that same kit, but I printed them in grayscale because I needed that gray and that, those colors to go in this journal, and I think it turned out really well. And I put one of these Tim Holtz die cuts there, just give it a little extra, but there's room for journaling, or this would be very good for someone to put a photograph in there. And then we did this one. Oh, it just seems like there's a lot more to go. So I need some ephemera. So let me start with, let's just glue this together. I should put my mat up here because otherwise I'll get glue all over my table. Sorry, it's such a mess. My mat. I don't know if I missed any days of recording. I feel like I have. I've been trying to get all the journals that I have in get completed, and yeah, so this is already put together. I showed you this in a prior video. Don't know what the name of it was, but all it is an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and you fold in a 1/4 inch on each side of the length of it, and then you measure from this point to the center point on both sides, and then cut the V out, which is this, and glue this down. Well, first you put this back in, because this makes your pockets, okay? And last time I forgot to glue that in middle part, but this time I'll remember that. So let me just ink a little bit. It's been so long. I worked on this yesterday afternoon, and I ran out of papers from the kit that I was using, collage type. I think it's called Gray Sepia, a collage type. Okay. And I'm inking with something smoke, hickory smoke. I don't know. I think that's what I started with, but I can't be sure. But it doesn't matter. I mean, each page can be different. I mean, inks can blend in with other inks on the same page, I think. All right. And I don't know if I want to. I'm also waiting for a phone call from an air conditioning company. And then I have an eye appointment to go to, which, oh gosh, I hope he can do something. My eyes have been so bad for so long now. It's just, it's scary to drive. My good friend Christine, she won't drive with me at this point. Okay, so I'm trying to think, do I want to sew around this or something, because I didn't ever do that before. Yeah, I think I'm going to sew around it. So I'm going to glue this first. I really like these pocket things. I don't know why I've never seen anybody do it before, but I guess it's out there. I've been watching a lot of slow stitching lately, and of course Roxy shows up a lot because she's always got a challenge or something like that, and of course everybody who does slow stitch wants to follow along, but it's like the same 3 people show up every time, no matter what I type in. It's just that, you know, YouTube's got them locked down that way. And it's kind of sad, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who slow stitch, who have different, you know, aesthetic. You know, they have different ideas, like they use a lot of bright colors, or they use a lot of dark colors, or that kind of thing. All right, I'm just going to stitch around this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I sewed all around the edges, which is no problem. You still put your tags in here, and don't forget to glue down that middle. I forgot to tell you that. So now tags will fit in here. I don't know what tags. That's cute. Huh. Maybe I like that. It seems like I never remember to get a collage out. Or, you know, not collage. What do you call them? A cluster. That's kind of just cute right there. I was just going to put this on there. It would be see-through. Not this part, just the whatever that flower is, but that's what I was looking for, a little yellow. But I might save that and do this. Okay. do that. Most of the butterflies show. I don't have to stick it in that far. You know, I'm going to the eye doctor, but I don't think he's going to help me much as far as seeing here, because he can't determine the distance, even though I tell him it's like exactly, you know, 10 inches that I'm looking down at, or 12 inches, whatever it is. He goes, well, you just have to get reading glasses. Well, I've tried them all. They're too weak or too strong. So I'm going to ask him, is there one I can get a subscription? Subscription or permission? I mean, it's the other word, not prescription. Yeah, prescription, not subscription. One is for medicine, one is for magazines, I guess. All right, so I'm going to come back and I'll, you know, I was going to put lace on here, but I don't know if I'm going to bore you with it or not. This is vintage lace. This is pretty. I hate using vintage, but I love vintage. I mean, I love using it because that's what it's there for. I kind of think I wanted something with more of a scallopy edge. All right, I'm going to hold off on that for the time being. Just and as I was slow stitching, I usually base down all my pieces, and then I work on the slow stitch part of it, you know, the stitching. Whoops, that's upside down. And that's upside down. But this lace is not perfectly made. It has a glitch in it. So anyway, most of you know I used to quilt. Okay, I'm gonna put that down there. I wonder, I think, let's see if I can. So these pens that are curved, they're designed to pen your quilts together. And I found one when I was slow stitching earlier, and it's great because, like if you're watching Roxy, let me find a piece of something I can pick up. I guess just even a piece of lace, for instance. You can slide it across like a table, and when they're totally straight, you don't get that angle to come back up. You see what I'm saying? A straight pen will go straight, and you'll struggle to try to snap it closed. But these are designed for that, and I have hundreds. So I'm so excited because I can still use those. Instead of basting it all down with thread, because if you baste it with thread, then I'm going to go right to that edge where it's messed up. If you baste it with thread, you can't just take it off and remove it, and you have to cut the thread and make sure it's not, you know, holding other pieces down. This way you can just remove the pen, remove the pieces. So it's really kind of cool. So now I can decorate all inside of here too. I can put, like I did the other one. I think it's just looks more complicated than it is. Those won't cut. I hope my ink is not bleeding through because the glue is wet. That happens sometimes. Hopefully it dries and it won't be noticeable. Okay, put a little bit here. I wonder if it would be a good idea to put this on before you fold it up. You could sew it around the edge. I mean, up here. All right, so that's that one. I'm just going to kind of gently set it in there so it doesn't dries. Okay, what time is it? Okay, we got time. Let's see what's number, next one. So, I was going to do, because I know I have a spot like this one, which this fits fine in here. This is one I made with Roxy Creations. And I did this because I knew I was going to be working on this journal again. So I try to do something there that I'm working on. Now Roxy, I don't know if I'm going to do a video or not. She's done collage tags, which is great, but you know, I just did them, and I don't know if anybody wants to take the time to watch that again. Okay, so for in here, I was thinking like a notebook. I do need to work from the back to the front though. Just because I'm afraid I got all these spaces. I'm afraid I'm going to get overloaded on one side and not the other. So maybe, I don't think, one strip of purple. How this would look. Well, let me just make this, because I could make a belly band. That's a good idea. I wonder if I have anything to do that with. Yeah, I can do a belly band. I don't know about that color, but trying to use up the scraps that I have. Oh, there's that yellow piece I was looking for. Okay, so let's make a notebook out of this. And since I'm going to cover the whole thing, I don't care if it's white. You know, if I was going to do the collage stuff, then I would want the coffee dyed look. But I think I'm going to be able to cover most of this. Straighten that edge off to start. And this envelope is in pretty good shape. So, you know, it's not ripped too much. Well, it was ripped on the sides, but I took care of that. All right, so now I'm going to fold it to about right there, and I want this to fold over, but I think I might have this fold over. And this would come into here. So if I do that, and then this is going to be the flap to hold it closed. So open that up. We'd have a spot in here for a journal card. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm thinking a spot here. I'm actually thinking about a notebook, so I don't know that I need to have the window. Let's just do it this way. So the only place I would put a journal card would be inside of here. Okay. Let me cover this. So I thought maybe I could do it with this napkin. Because this is so pretty. And yeah, it will fit. So this would be the inside and this would be outside. And this would show through. This may show through too, so I guess I'm going to have to cover these areas with something. If I had some paint, I'm thinking maybe some book page would work. Let's just do this. It doesn't get too... I got my glue yesterday. Either I'd lost it or I was out and I didn't know that. I'm still cleaning up. I still have another room just full of stuff. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet. I mean, I'm going to keep it. You know, it's stuff I've collected over time. Every time I go to the thrift store, I go, oh, there's a box of envelopes. There's a box of thank you cards, because we always need thank you cards. And envelopes and all that. Old books, even new books. Okay, that's going to be covered. All right, let me see if I can just catch this up some, but like I said, I wasn't planning on doing anything, so I didn't have any of this planned, pre-planned. I just was gonna, you know, just do it. Most of the big envelopes come with a window. I tried to find an envelope that didn't have a big window. I mean, a big envelope without a window, but they almost all do. Oh, I think that's going to show through too. Oh, I should have just covered the whole thing. You can see the words. I don't want them to be upside down. So Tanya at Tiny Treasures has a new kit coming out in August. So I'll be working on that on Sundays. And, you know, I don't mind doing that because I don't usually make a video for Sunday. But with her, with the kit, I can make videos anytime, and I don't have to get them uploaded. I just have to get them made so that I can upload them on the right day. So I probably don't make sense when I'm talking because it's already happened. All right. I'm going to, this one I need to cover with a full sheet of paper. Okay. I'm going to ink these edges real quick, the white ones. Well, maybe I need to do it after. I don't know. Just going to go in here. I'm not even sure if this is the ink I started with because it's hard to tell. Because I had another... So if you ever need paper, like if you're doing sort of a monotone journal and you were using gray and blacks and things, you can always print whatever you have in the grayscale. Then you get kind of a cool picture. All right, let's see what happens. This is going to be I'm just thinking here. I want this on the outside, this on the inside, and this on the outside. I just feel like this bird is not in the right spot every time I want to use it. I don't want it on this part. Put it on the back completely. I think maybe I could just collage and then make sure that that bird is on the front. No, I don't really want it that thick. You know, when you collage, it's thick. All right. I don't know if this is dry enough, but I'm going to just score it before I put the other. Just going to use my cutting. Whoops. just want a good crease in there before I start putting more stuff on. So this will come over like that. Really doesn't need to come that much. Okay. Let me get this napkin on there. I don't have anything I normally have. Used to have some Scotch tape up there. I don't know where it is. I don't think this is sticky enough to stick to anything. Alright, I think that'll look good. So I hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's, you know, dealing with hot weather everywhere. I heard that Texas is just, I imagine there's a lot of states, but I mostly heard about Texas and all of its hot weather. I have a nephew that lives there in Dallas. And they're from Southern California. Actually, they spent most of their adult life, you know, after they got married in San Diego. So that, San Diego is a perfect weather condition all year round. It never, ever gets too hot there. So that's not very straight, but I don't think the flowers can tell. All right. Let's talk about crooked. Let me see if I can just rip this excess off close, and then I'll go back and that water brush works great. Alright, I'll get the rest off later. Okay. That's that. And that's going to come about right there. I'll probably run out of time before I get this done. Okay, so I'm going to this is the right way up. And I want this to be on the front. Well, let's see now. That's I know this is probably, I should just measure the whole thing, but I don't want to. Okay. Just want to make sure that this is fairly straight. Okay. So it's going to come out to here. Wonder if I should rip it or should I probably better cut it. That'll be gone when I take it off. Okay, so that's going to come around like that. And let's just get this part turned off. I feel like I need to take it off just a hair more. All right. This is like Trash It Tuesday with an envelope. Oh, this bird's not going to show. Oh, it is. Good. I was thinking I didn't get it the room it needed. Okay, so... on this side. I'm quiet, I'm kind of thinking. Which is dangerous, right? Let's see. I think I'm just going to collage it. This is the back. Make sure this is there. This will be the part that comes over. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. I'll go ahead and cut this here. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to build something in your journal. I don't think. I mean, it would have been great if the page fit just the way it should, but it didn't. So you just have to do what you can do to get what you want. And then sometimes it just changes anyway. Whoop. Okay, I'm not going to ink that or anything because I don't want it to. I'm just going to put a little of this on here. I don't want it to be that noticeable. Okay, so really he's right in the middle. All right, because I was going to put closure here, but I guess I could do it right above his head. And the napkin's dry enough that, where's my... Okay. So inside here is going to be the notebook and what papers do I want? I think I need to get some coffee dyed paper. This would be nice. I always love this dotted paper. So need to do fit. Okay, I don't think it matters if it's a little too small. Let's see if I could fold it that way, then I would get, you know, all these extra pages, but I can't. Okay, just do it this way. I'm just gonna rip it. Okay, 2. Get a couple more out of this. And those will be good for another notebook. Okay, so now I need to put signature. What do I want to use? Let's see if this is long enough. 2, 3. Okay, where's the needle at? Come on. Okay. Just see if I remember how to do a signature. So I'm going to poke a hole through the middle where I think the middle is. It's probably not the middle. I wonder if I want it to tie on the outside. I think I would like it to tie on the outside. So that means we got to go backwards this way. And pull it through here. There's always one that doesn't want to go through. stuff to go back in, ink stuff. Okay, long string. That. All right, how much time? Oh, I'm out of time. Okay, so the next thing I was going to do is put a closure here with some circles. Oh, I should have kept some of that. I don't know if there was enough green. Where is that green? Oh. I was going to see if I could find a couple circles that would look nice with this. I need one for each side. So if I was to put one there, because his head is right in the way. So I don't want a closure on. So I was thinking I could put a brad and just a swing closure. Let me just check here and see if I have anything else I like. Okay. I made some of these. Whoops. I don't like that color that turned out. So I can just put a brad in there, and this would come over. I think I like that one better. Okay. I don't think the brad would look too bad on the inside, to be honest. Okay, so I think that's good right there. Let's just see if that will. I just want to mark it right there. All right, let me see where one of my these were some I think that Mary sent me that were dark gray, I think, and I spray painted them. Probably they were more like, yeah, real dark gray, which probably would have worked good. I don't know if I have any more. There was a whole bunch of them. Let's see it. All right. So in this case, I had to put the eyelet through, but the other way to do it is just to make your two little things and glue them down, one on this side and this side, and then just wrap your thread around it. But this took a lot less time, and I don't think it looks too bad in there. Need to flatten that out some. It's amazing how flat they get. How about if we just put a little circle over that? I'm not even going to ink it. So that's not interfering with this head. And these bottle cap or tab pulls from sodas and stuff, they are strong. I mean, they hold things shut, so that's a good thing, because otherwise sometimes they're too flimsy and, you know, they just don't hold it as good. All right, so I'm going to leave it right there in this video, and I may come back and do some embellishing along here. Where was I going to put this in the book? Or I was going to make a belly band. That's what I was going to do. Might not like it there. I like it there. Looks good on that page too. But I was thinking that's journaling. This is one I'll cover because of the two. See, I'm trying to cover the pages that have these tabs on them. I can't put it there because it's the same picture. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'll keep working on this till I have to run to the eye doctor. But I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. A little bit of, you know, reviews on some of the things that we know how to make. But we're using up the trash too. Junk mail. All right, talk to you in the next video. Bye.